Let us start making the famous Cajun potatoes in two ways. One tawa fried and the other baked, hence less oil, guilt-free binging unlimited. First up, parboil the potatoes either in a pressure cooker for one whistle or in an electric cooker as I usually do at my home so that I can just chuck it off and forget about it. If it's in the electric cooker, for 20 to 30 minutes, I have cooked for 30 minutes. I have used the potatoes with skin, which is nicely scrubbed and washed, but if you do not like it with the skin, you can peel it off. We do not want the potatoes to be squishy once cooked. Hence, you might want to keep it to just one whistle or 30 minutes to the time, but just enough to be able to be smashed. Let us get on with the next yummy sauce. Finely chop one onion and a few coriander leaves and keep them aside. For the sauce, we will need garlic mayonnaise, ketchup, red chili sauce, a few tablespoons of milk, red chili flakes, herb seasoning or oregano seasoning, and garlic powder other than our chopped onions and coriander leaves. First, we will mix the garlic mayo along with tomato ketchup and red chili sauce. Mix it up. Add in the red chili flakes and the oregano seasoning along with the garlic powder. Mix it in. This would be pretty thick, so you will need the milk to adjust the consistency. We like it a little saucy and watery, so I have used the milk in batches to reach a consistency where it is pretty flowy. Meanwhile, the potatoes would have been cooked now. Cool them off a bit since they will be too hot to handle right away. Remove them from the cooker, drain off the excess water from the potatoes and keep them on the chopping board or a plate. If you're going to bake, now is the right time to grease your baking tray with a teaspoon of oil. The pastry brush works like a magic here. Keep each potato in between your palms and press them so as to smash them lightly. Once done, arrange them onto a plate or the chopping board. Sprinkle a teaspoon of rice flour over them and rub over each potato with the flour. You will rub over the potato and underneath as well so that you see that a light coating forms over the potatoes. The reason behind using the rice flour is for that thin and light coating and no gumminess that we get if using any other flour like wheat or maida. Alternatively, instead of rice flour, you can use corn flour as well. Once cooked, this rice flour lends to a more crispier side to the potatoes, which is yummy. For the tawa top frying, heat the tawa on low flame, the minimalist flame that is possible. Grease the tawa with a tablespoon of oil. Place the flattened rice flour coated potatoes on it. Allow the underside to cook. Meanwhile, pour some oil, about a teaspoon, over the potatoes. After about 40 seconds, flip over and allow the other side to cook as well. Sprinkle the rock salt and the crystal salt over the potatoes. Pour a teaspoon of oil over them and keep flipping the potatoes over, pressing them lightly against the tawa with your spatula so that you allow the potatoes to eat up the salt, the oil and the heat so as to brown evenly. The lovers of potatoes will have a tough time resisting to pop the small roasted pieces of it sizzling on the tawa, just like me. Once nicely browned, remove them onto a plate. We will just have to remember to turn down the flame at the lowest throughout the procedure. If you prefer to bake, just as I do usually at my home. Preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius with both rods on for 10 minutes. Choose the mode that allows you to use both the rods. I have used the bake mode in my OTG. Once the coating of rice flour is done, sprinkle the rock salt and crystal salt over the potatoes that are lined on the baking tray. Brush some oil over the potatoes. Again, the pastry brush works like a charm. Keep the tray in the preheated oven and bake on the same mode, same temperature for 30 to 35 minutes. Post the first 15 or 20 minutes, since it is ideal to not open the oven door in between, especially until the half time. Remove the tray out. You will notice that the potatoes have shrunken from their original size. Flip them over with a spatula, brush with some oil again, quickly chuck it into the oven and continue baking for another 15 minutes. The total baking time would be anywhere between 30 to 35 minutes and it depends on your oven. Once done, remove these yummy potatoes on a serving plate. Pour that beautiful sauce over the top. Sprinkle with chopped onions and coriander and blissfully bite into the yummy Cajun spiced potatoes. Truly unlimited when at home.